Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever they may be. This is just a quick lesson through the Spirit. It says finding funds. Bank of America with 3,900 locations set to close branch in months as it makes plans for customers to access money as a part of the ongoing banking crisis here in America, which is self-inflicted by Esau Edom, the devil that the Bible talks about. All right. Esau is a fucking idiot, man. And, you know, when you think about how this world is ran, it's just like this dude really just ran the world into a fucking hole just for being a damn devil. For being stupid, being mentally incompetent, and just being fucking wicked, man. Because ain't nowhere in hell you got free slave labor out of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans for over 200 years, and you are in, on paper, $32 trillion deficit. Okay? Now, off paper, they're more like $400 trillion in debt. All because you want to take the dollar off the gold standard, and you want to cheat people out of their just due. You know, and when you think about it, this is why the Lord is fucking your ass up, man. Because like the land in America, right? Like, if you do the estimation, like if you do the estimates, it is over 34 billion acres of land on the planet Earth, and you have roughly 7.5, 8 billion people on the planet Earth. Now, if you divide that 35 billion by 7.5, 8 billion, each person can roughly get 4.5 to 5 or more acres of land, which is, you know, a decent amount. I mean, it's not a whole lot compared to what we should have, but overall, you have enough land on the planet Earth for the average person to literally make a living off of. But what do? You monopolize everything, okay? You try to capitalize on fucking corporate greed. You stack up people into apartments. Ain't nowhere in hell you should have an apartment in America. You shouldn't have no goddamn lofts or apartments or condos or anything like that. You should have land and you should have homes built on the land. But what did this motherfucker do? He shoots himself in the foot. You know, he has everybody in a monopoly to sell their houses in rotation just to take from them. But if he kept the commandments of the Most High, and if he was smart, his economy would be thriving, you know, somewhat. He wouldn't have to take shortcuts if he dealt righteously. But this is the type of man that we're dealing with. Unjust, just a greedy ass, just Esau literally Esau is he just benefits nothing, man, but wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you keep the laws of the Most, because the scriptures teach you entrepreneurship. You know, in slavery in the Bible, like, okay, say for instance, right? If I had a servant, he said, well, look, I'm like, look, you're going to work for me 7 years. I'm going to set you up with a trade. You're going to work under me 7 years. You're going to learn a business. In about 7 years, you're going to have enough money in land and in livestock to build up your own land for your family. That way, you know, you can be self-sufficient, and then you train up and you keep the cycle going. But what does he do? He taxes you to death. He makes you sell your homes. You're in debt. You got to register every fucking thing. And wonder why his economy is in shithole now. His own people are suffering because of him. Which, hey, so be it. Now you know what it's like to be niggas. But in the scriptures, you have a welfare system set up. I believe roughly like almost 50 years or so. Like let's just say in the Bible, if I sell my land and property to you, and if I die off or my family's still around, that property comes back to my family or myself. You see what I'm saying? But what does he do? Foreclose you. He taxes you to death. You don't own the deeds to the land. And he wonder why he's in a fucking $400 trillion deficit. And he wonders why the other nations are getting ready to shoot missiles on him, man. Because when you read this, it says the closure was announced officially last Friday, leaving many customers without access to physical storefronts or cash for deposits and withdrawals. And this is done out of nefarious acts, man. All because he wants to be evil. He wants to control the narrative. You know, when you ask a person like, okay, like, you have all the money in the world, you have all the wealth in the world, you know, 10 to 15 people on the planet Earth own 98% of the goddamn land. That's ridiculous, man. But then when you have people in power like that, they whole motives is just to see you suffer. You know what I'm saying? You suffer, you work all week for fake paper currency, and then all of a sudden you got to spend 2/3 of that on fucking groceries, 1/3 of that on food, You know what I'm saying? And the other third, if you even have that left, to try to scrape up for your goddamn rent, man, and getting back and forth to work. You see what I'm saying? And he wonder why everybody is mad at him. And he's looking at us like, oh, well, why you guys are mad? What do you mean why you mad? You stole from the whole world, bro. Even your own people. You know? That's why you have, and this right here, this is just a means of him just controlling people. Well, we're gonna close banks down. We're not gonna give people access to their money just to make them piss them off, okay? All right, that's what hey, you devils got a lot to pay for, bro. But anyway, it says leaving many customers without access to a physical storefront for cash deposit and withdrawals. It says the downtown building will be officially shuttered in February, and all Bank of America customers were warned by the upcoming closure of mail. And this is spiritual, bro, because we know that America is going to be destroyed by ICBM nuclear missiles, man. Nuclear destruction. Babylon the Great is going to get taken out with extreme prejudice, man. And the chances are they shutting this building. It says that it will be shuttered in Friday, and all Bank of America customers were warned about the upcoming closures by mail. Okay, so I guess what they mean by shuttered, it mean they may tear it down. You know, they may tear it down. But let's see what it says. Shuttered. They don't really give me like a particular definition of it. But I'm thinking that they may tear the building down. But basically, they're done. They're done. They're getting ready to go over digital banking. They're getting ready to get rid of these bank notes, you know, these Federal Reserve notes, and they're getting ready to go over to this digital currency. You see what I'm saying? Because basically, he didn't fuck the world over. So now everybody has to convert over to this digital fiat shit, which is going to result in the MOTB. Because this man is a damn devil. Okay, but good. You know, this is basically a way of the Most High saying, kiss your ass goodbye, man. Because this man, he does not rule just. I mean, his own people are even suffering under him. At least have enough for your own people. Like, he at least share the earth with your people. But yeah, you got Edomites moving to the hood. You know, the brothers was talking about it, man. I remember when I was living in Chicago, Edomites didn't go past 22nd Cermak Chinatown or 35th, 47th at the most. Okay, and you may get them every once in a while and go to 55th Street because you know you got the college, and then you got the Science Museum of Industry. You got the museum on 55th Street, and then you got the University of Chicago not too far, and then the lakefront, and then you got Hyde Park. But it was rare to see Edomites going past 35th. Now you got Edomites getting off on 95th Street and Dan Ryan, which is straight niggerville. Okay, a place you don't really want to be. And it says, while the bank is not closed, while the specific branch will be shutting down, it is said customers should expect to say their final goodbyes on Friday, February 27th. Good riddance. It says, to date, Bank of America has 9 other financial centers or ATMs available in Bakersfield, meaning most customers won't have to go far for service once the Truxton Avenue Bank is shuttered. But the following branches will remain open for banking services. And they give you a list of addresses and all this other stuff. But it says, nationally, the Bank of America serves roughly 68 million customers and operates 3,900 financial centers across the country. That includes around 15,000 ATMs, and 57 million of its clients are considered verified digital users. And that's that big thing. Digital users, man. Okay, digital. But this is what happens when you have a wicked ass demon that's in power. All right, because it says also this month, Bank of America has closed locations in Houston and Flower Mound, Texas, because remember that banking collapse we had earlier this year, back in March. It says, while the company also never disclosed the reasons for closures, well, we know the reason. The reason is because, for one thing, they're getting ready to collapse the dollar. Okay, they're getting ready to go over to this digital means. Okay, soon to be the MOTB. And it says, some research experts believe that the rise of online banking has reduced the need for physical banks, but that's bullshit. Because, I mean, you could do online banking, but I can't withdraw cash online. Okay, I got to go to a physical branch or ATM to get cash out. Okay, I can't deposit money. I mean, I could deposit money as far as like checks and stuff online. I can do that through my smartphone, but I can't deposit physical cash online. It's impossible. And this is another a way of them controlling the narrative to control people into accepting this digital means. Because once they force everybody into a certain direction, and by them being in power, it's they can control the narrative, man. You know, and people gonna start to shift that way because they feel they don't have any other choice, because the people in power is controlling the narrative. Like I mentioned earlier, you got 1% of the people in the world owning every goddamn thing. That's unrighteous as hell, because it's enough on the planet Earth for everybody to live good and exceptionally well, and to continue to make profit to the point that the rulers will get profit from the people that's profiting. But instead, what does he do? You know, dishonest gain, greed, just like a Edomite. But it says the you know what saw more customers take out of their financial needs from the comfort of their own homes through banking websites and apps, and in-person visits have greatly diminished. It says 2 or more branches will be closing in Massachusetts, and the locations of West Brockton and East Brockton. But just 2 months ago, Bank of America closed another store in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, so that show you right there, man. This place is getting ready to fall, because it says Bank of America isn't the only company shutting down locations across the country, but as hundreds of retailers close up shop amid high inflation and increasing rates of online shopping, brick and mortar stores have largely fallen under, prompting some what experts are calling the retail apocalypse. And we've been in a retail apocalypse since 2016. Okay, and especially with all this automation now, you know what I'm saying, these particular robots, this AI shit. Find out, bro, that they got a robot that can lay 1,000 bricks. They say a robot can build a fucking house, a whole entire house in 2 days. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. They have robots or automatrons out there that can lay 1,000 bricks an hour. They can literally build a full-size house in 2 days. So that cuts out your masonry right there. There's no need for bricklayers. There's no need for union workers, builders, home builders, especially when they have these already pre-assembled homes. You can go to Lowe's and buy a pre-assembled home, and they'll fucking U-Haul that shit. They'll lug that shit to you and put it up, man. That's why when you look at all these developments, like when you go to these subdivisions, no matter what part of the town you in, if you go into a subdivision, a $500,000 house, they all look the same. Whether you be in North KC, South KC, Lee Summit, they all look the same because they are all pre-designed by a particular builder. But now they have robots that can put that shit up in 2 days. So there you go right there. That's just a whole nother 100-some thousand jobs cut, man. Okay. But it says outside of banking, pharmacy giants like CVS and Walgreens have announced hundreds of closures. Babylon is through. CVS said it plans to shut at least 300 stores per year through 2026. And even a once thriving Homes Good giant, Bed Bath & Beyond, have severely impacted the current retail trends. But the chain filed for bankruptcy this year and now is seen as all its physical storefronts disappear. Okay, so, and that's pretty much it on that, man. You know what I'm saying? They going into like all these particular stores, the retail apocalypse. You brothers can read this once y'all get a chance. But America's the Most High is shutting the door. He's shutting the door on Babylon and right and good, you know, because this man is the devil and he's basically doing it to himself. Like, you stupid idiot, you build yourself inside of a box with no door to get out, you fucking idiot. Damn dummy. But anyway, this is the book of Proverbs 28:10. It says, who causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way? Whosoever causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he should fall himself into his own pit. You fucking idiot. You set up this whole system to afflict Jake. Okay, going back into the Louisiana Purchase, into the tobacco trade, man. Okay, cotton. You know what I'm saying? Flaxseed, all this sugar cane, cotton, all this, man. Textile, all this shit, man. You set up for Jake to take the major L while you take the major gain, but your greed and your disservice into yourself in the whole world, and you not listening to the Most High, put you in this predicament. Okay, and it says he shall fall himself into his own pit. So all the traps you laid for us, you falling victim for it. That's why you stupid dumb fucking crackers are moving right next door to Jake, man. That's why your dumb ass is moving on 63rd and Truce Avenue in a goddamn hood where you can buy a house for $1. That's why you live in there now, man, with your dumb ass. And that's what you get. And I don't feel bad for Edie. I don't feel bad for the fucking for your nation, for your kids, for your newborns, for your toddlers. I don't feel bad for your old women like this stupid dumb idiot, this Edomite. He basically made a big deal. A grown ass man smacked the old woman upside of him, man. Fuck that bitch, man. May the Most High allow to get smacked across the fucking head with a chair again, man. Out of all the shit you done to our people, you bitching because some old Edith Bunker looking bitch get hit in the head with a... Hey, she deserved more than that. She deserved to be fucking lynched by eyeballs, man. All right, now call that hate, nigga. Cause we fucking tired of dealing with you devils, man. Destroying the world. You sit up here setting fucking countries on fire. Now it's another fire in Canada, man. You know, Maui, found out direct energy weapons. Talking about natural disaster. How the fuck is a natural fire gonna skip over every other house and burn specific houses? Fire don't work that way, man. Fire burns from the ground up. Okay, if somebody set a fire to the building across the street, guess what? If they don't put it out in time, it's gonna devour the whole building. It ain't just gonna skip apartment Edomite and go. No, it's gonna hit every goddamn unit, man. Because that's how fire operates. All right, but it says he shall have himself into his own pit, but the upright shall have good things in his possession, man. And we're gonna have the kingdom. We're gonna rule the world in righteousness, man. Okay, after we put you heathens down like you deserve to be, then, after you're released from your captivity, your bonds, you're going to have a prosperous life in the kingdom. It's not going to be to the fortitude of ours, of course, because you're going to still pay tributary. You're going to still have to work, and you're going to still have to do what you have to do. But overall, you're going to have a way better lifestyle than you lived on this side, man. Okay, you're going to have land. Okay, you're going to have your women. You're going to have your lives all under Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. You're going to have children. You're not going to be breathing poison air. Now, if you buck up and you go off against us, then we will drop your land. You won't have the crops in due season. We will curse your land if you decide to go off. But overall, man, y'all ain't gonna want to go off because the fear of the Lord gonna be on y'all, man. Because you're gonna notice the type of power we're gonna harness. You see? This is the book of Sirach 14:5. It says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He should not take pleasure in his goods. And that's why the New World Order, that's why it's going to fail. Okay, like you got this guy, Cogswab, and these other derelict Edomites, these low-level devils, these slow bellies. They really believe that they're going to be gods on the planet Earth. Nah, bro, you in your time now, and you losing. Because every stone you build, the Most High is going to throw a monkey wrench in that shit. To the point you have to get your New World Order up and popping off sloppy means, because it's sloppy as hell. I mean, it's to the point everybody's seen what happened in Maui. You got people that was literally taking pictures of this footage while you was shooting your direct energy weapons, man. You know, all because you want to buy the land to set up your 15-minute smart city. You know, and that's why they wouldn't let people off that land, man, because they know, like, police was like I heard that, like, police officers and stuff like that wasn't letting people get away or get off or something like that. Because if you think about it, those people had multi-million-dollar insurance policies on those homes. So instead of letting them cash out their insurance policy so the elites can come in there and buy the land, why not let them sit there and die? That way they have no insurance policy to collect. It goes under the ground. That way the elites could come and purchase that land and build up, not even purchase it, steal it. Because Esau ain't got to buy that land. It's like the people that live there, they either dead or they going somewhere else, not knowing what's happening. And Esau Edom would come in and take the land. A land grab. Okay? Texas, parts of Texas, California. Man, the Lord is hitting this place with some plagues, man. Out in Cali, you had what's it called? Hurricane something. I forgot the name of it. But there's a hurricane followed by an earthquake under the same goddamn jurisdiction, man. So the Most High is not joking around. But it says, he that is evil to himself, to whom would he be good? He should not take pleasure in his goods. And you're not going to take pleasure in your NWO. Because at the same time, you're getting your NWO by shutting these banks and putting people in slavery. Okay, setting up no-fly zones over sovereign lands. Trying to steal uranium from people. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to tell people how they can use their sovereign, resources. Oh, well, you're sovereign, but no, you have to, you only can use this much amount, but you come and you steal it all. It's stupid, man, you know, but it's all good because you're going down. All right, Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt Okay, it says the burden of Egypt, which we're in Egypt now. But behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and should come into Egypt. Okay, Egypt is America. It says, and the idols of Egypt should be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt should melt in the midst thereof. Right, because everything is failing. The will of people is failing, bro. Like, okay, people, they don't have it in them anymore. They're tired. Like, you can go on YouTube and you can find TikTok uploads of people just complaining about they're tired of working. Like I said, I ran into a guy from the UK last week, and he was like pissed because he said, this is nothing but a fucking slave culture, man. I said, yeah, what the hell you thought? I said, this ain't the land of gold and the streets are paved in gold and honey. Hell no, this ain't the promised land. This is a fucking hell. This is the scriptures refer to this place as the iron furnace, man. Okay? This place is truly evil because you have a base people that's set up over rulership, and he's digging himself into a box that he's not going to get out. Basically, the dummy then fell for the trap that he planted. The same rat trap he put the cheese on his ass, because he's the rat, he fell for his own fucking trap. Dumbass. And it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. Right, riots are coming. Class riots are coming. You know, hey, once the food is gone, marauders will be here to visit your house. Okay, marauders will visit your businesses. They will visit your homes. They will visit you, and they will take what you have, and they will kill you in whatever you have in the meantime. Whatever it is in front of them, they're going to take it. If it's a woman, your woman or your daughter, and they're going to put you to death, and they're going to take your woman and your daughter, and they're going to sell them in slavery for more goods. And it's going to be a repeated cycle of violence here in America because, hey, people are on edge. They don't have what it takes to survive anymore. They're pissed. Their paychecks ain't cutting it no more. Inflation getting ready to go up again. And they're talking about new lockdowns on the horizon, which is going to do away with all these, the rest of the, hey, I'll put it to you this way. America will not survive another lockdown. I guarantee you, if they lock down again, you can forget about it. Peggy's pancake shop up the street, that shit is dead. Ain't no more pancakes and that. Hey, it's a done deal. So, hey, Esau, live it up, man. Okay, your time is through. And it says, and they shall fight everyone against his neighbor, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fell in the midst thereof, man. Okay, and you're seeing that. Like the common Edomites is the regular typical Edomite is nothing but a new nigga, man. Okay, they live in paycheck to paycheck. They own Section 8. Like, hey, don't get it twisted. These Edomites that's living in these nice condos in downtown KC, a lot of them got Section 8 in those, man. You know, that's why they tell you that when they built these new developments, they have to rent out a certain amount, whether it be 2 or 3 apartments. They have to have a few that's subsidized through government entity because the government pays into it. They basically help build the property. They put like particular residuals in it, you know, certain income brackets say, well, look, we're going to sell these 4 units over the year and we're going to raise rent by this much. And 5 years down the line, we're going to get a tax credit from that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they'll find an Edomite that's like on the verge to do bad, but still somewhat doing good and say, well, look, you can get a $2,500 unit every month for $836. Only thing you got to do is make this amount of money. That way we keep niggas out, you know, which is wicked as all hell because with a simple fact, Esau, you shouldn't have to be on Section 8 in your own kingdom, bro. I wish you would hear about Israelite on welfare in the kingdom of heaven. Like, hey, like, nah, somebody ain't doing something right. But this is what happens when you have a fucking crook that steals from everybody. All right. And it says here, and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards, which is your warlocks. It says, in the Egyptians, I would give over into the hand of a cruel lord. We see that now. You know, this guy, Joe Bembeezy, Jim Crow Joe, he basically just saying, well, look, man, they going to offer another Boost Mobile to you. You know what I'm saying? So fuck the next chirp. You got to go to Alcatel some goddamn where and get you a Boost Mobile on a 5G network. That'll light your ass up. Guarantee you. You know? But it says, a fierce king shall rule over them, says the Lord, and the Lord of hosts. And the water shall fail from sea to sea, and the rivers should be wasted and dried up. Right. Rivers going to be dried up. They're not going to be able to have trade anymore. Okay. The wildfires are putting a halt to stock and trade, man. To the point supply systems are jammed up. You know, truckers are laying off. It's going to be bad out here to the point that when shit get drawn up, when shit gets sewn up out here, you're going to have one solution, and that's to take the MOTB. Because it's all about control, brothers. And it says, and they should turn the rivers far away, And the brooks of the fen should be empty and dried up, and the reeds and flags should wither. Because, hey, like I said, these shopping centers, these markets, they're gonna go out of business, man. You know what I'm saying? These trucking industries, they're going down. Shit, I had a package that was supposed to be delivered Saturday. It just got here today because UPS, hey, they having like mass people just leaving. You know, they're leaving because they're overworked and they're not paid enough. And it says here, the paper reads by the brooks, and by the mouth of the brooks, everything sown by the brooks shall wither and be driven away and be no more. So let me look at this in the New Living Translation, see what it says. Yep, it says here, the canals of the Nile will dry up. Now this is talking about, you know, they're giving you symbolic of ancient Egypt because we know the Nile River harbors Egypt. But this is talking about America, man. Slovakia, allergies. But it says the stream of Egypt will stink, and the rotting reeds and rushes, and the greenery along the riverbank, and all the crops along the river will dry up and blow away. And the fishermen will lament for a lack of work. Okay, we know that mackerel and fishing and the fishing industry in America was very lucrative because America is basically like a big port city. Okay, you got borders that harbors Atlantic Ocean, you got the Gulf of Mexico, and then you got the Pacific Ocean. Then you have your rivers like the Mississippi, the Missouri, you have Lake Michigan, Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, Lake Huron, you know, etc. Lake Hudson, all these other lakes, the Calumet River, that, you know, still all this shit, man, is done. And it says, and those who cast hooks in the Nile will groan, and those who use nets will lose heart. There would be no flax for the harvesters and no thread for the weavers, man. Hey, price of cotton is going up, man. Wool, like, you can't even buy the good shit. You want 100% cotton, hey, you gonna come out your pocket with some money, man. You know, and it says, and they would be in despair, and all the workers would be sick of heart. But what fools are the officials of Zoan? Their best counsel to the king of Egypt is stupid and wrong. And this is just layman's terms, you know. But going down here, it says the Lord have sent the spirit of foolishness on them. So all their suggestions are wrong, that they cause Egypt to stagger like a drunk in his vomit. And there's nothing Egypt can do. All are helpless, the head and the tail, and the noble palm branch and the lowly reed. And in that day, the Egyptian will be as weak as women, and they will cower in fear beneath the upraised fist of the Lord of heaven's armies, which are the angels. Okay, so that's the point. The Most High is getting ready to bring this place to abrupt halt, man. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna end it here, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and with that, Shalom and Abba Ball. Shalom.